Well, good afternoon and welcome, or good evening, good morning, wherever you might be. This is Arctic Hill Station, and I'm Charlie. It's been a while since I've been on, so welcome everybody that's on YouTube and anybody that's tuning in any other format that they might be using. So I'm on StreamYard as usual. It's been some time since I broadcast from the station, so this would be a good time to catch up. Let me know if I see there's somebody on there already. Let's see. I'd appreciate if you'd let me know if the audio is okay. Yeah, so there's somebody on there, so if you could just come back to me. How is the audio? Hi Charlie and everyone. Valley 56 XX, how are you? You're first in. Can you hear me? I'd appreciate if you just give me a thumbs up or whatever. A bit echoey. Yeah. Okay, maybe you could let me know how the audio is now. I've just unplugged the microphone. Let me just make a couple of changes here. So, how's the audio now? I've just unplugged the Brio microphone and I'm going through my laptop. So hopefully that will take care of that. I spent a while trying to get things up. As I said, it's been 10 weeks since I've been here at the station. So you tend to forget little things, especially about how things should be set up in terms of video and audio. And it's getting to the point where I should write it all out in the spreadsheet. Still a bit echoey. Okay, let me try. Okay, I think I can hear a little bit of echo myself. Not really sure where it's coming from now. So I'll mute that, and I'm just trying a few things here. Just let me know. Audio good now? Oh, that's good. There's definitely a trick to all this. What I'm running here is my iPhone 11, which is coming down on the station, and I have another webcam at the back. I'll bring that one up so I can see. Yeah, so there's the other camera, and it will catch the locals going around that one corner. So just as I was setting up, I had a bit of a derailment. Yeah, if you just bear with me for a couple of minutes here. Um, as I said, the usual story. I had everything set up, and thought it was all going to run smoothly. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that is a Logitech 720 that I'm filming on. As you see that crimson black 5 going back by there. And somehow in the background I've got a green screen going that I hadn't planned on using today. Anyway, see if there's anything else there. Oh, that's good. Okay, so let's get into the trip. As you can see, as that goes by, there's a green screen in the background. Let's see if I can take it off. And that's my green screen. Doesn't seem to be working that well for whatever reason. So I'm just going to go back in here, and that should be good. So okay, so I've actually got another Logitech camera, but as I'm just getting back to this after a long vacation, I'll just go with what's working and not complicate things, because you know how that goes. Anyway, so we left here in January the 3rd and headed down to LA, where the one daughter and her fiance live. And we had rented a house in a place called San Clemente. Now, San Clemente is it's a small town about just over an hour south of LA. Let me just grab that bit. So as I said, San Clemente was just over an hour south of LA. It's right on the coast, and this is the third time we've been there. And as you know, in the past, I did some footage of the Amtrak surfliner, and that was one reason. Mark Hemmel down, how are you doing? Apologise, seems to be still a bit of an echo there, but carry on for a moment. So yeah, the Amtrak subliner was a big drawing card for us because this year we decided we wouldn't rent a car because cars are expensive to rent in California, and we'll talk about that later. But uh, we, we knew that the train would take us either to San Diego or up to LA or over to San Bernardino, which is east to the mountains. Plus, we could always use an Uber locally, and there was a little free trolley that took us around the town itself and up to the big mall. And in the summer it works every day, but in the winter, the off season, it's at the weekends only. So it's got a nice downtown street that leads you from the coastal highway right down to the Pacific, and there is a train stop at the bottom of the hill. Unfortunately, we didn't know this until we got there that um, the track south of where we were had moved, they said, about 26 inches, a result of the heavy rain that they'd had in the fall. They were working on it when we got there. So that kind of changed our plans a little bit because we had hoped to utilise the subliner and the associated commuter train to the local towns. But we were able to take an Uber either one station north or one station south, and that worked out fine. And we did that a couple of times. So we went down to San Diego twice, and there was another local bus service that goes up the coast, the Pacific Coastal Highway, and the seniors rate was 75 cents for as far as it goes. So we took that up to Newport Beach, another beautiful area. Really, hang on a second. One or two of my tankers seem to have a problem getting through points. Anyway, so Newport Beach is where the multi-million-dollar beach homes are. It's like a movie set. It's absolutely unbelievable. But further down the spectrum, the house that we rented, all the houses in that area were $1.3 million US. Now, put that into perspective. At the present time, the Canadian dollar is worth about 73 cents US. So we took a hammering as a result of that exchange rate. And, you get to grocery stores, dollar for dollar, it's very close, but many things are more expensive down there. But what we found, if you were buying wine, you buy one bottle and the price is $18. But if you buy six, they're $4.50 each. And go figure. I have no idea how to do that. And that was New Zealand wine, which we really enjoyed. Anyway, while I was in the area of San Clemente, um, I went up to the local mall where they had uh, cars and coffee and meats on a Saturday morning, early before the big mall opened. So hundreds of guys would show up with all these vintage and classic and supercars. It's just unbelievable. Um, Everything you can imagine was there. And if you like Mustangs and Corvettes and Fords and Chevrolet, and then the supercars, like they were all represented there. And I put some up on my Facebook and also think on my Instagram if you're interested in that kind of stuff. So we did a lot of walking in that area, um, and you know, 13,000 steps per day, or one way actually. We're on a sort of health kick, so that all worked out great. Yeah, I know. It's it's just incredible the prices. I guess it's the same in every major metropolis, but California and Florida, respectively, seem to be very expensive. So if you go over the state line into Nevada or Utah or places like that, they're substantially cheaper. And when you get to Florida, there's no state tax. You only pay federal tax, so that's quite a saving. And there are benefits. No, actually, this week I'm in Toronto, but as you can guess, I'm originally from Glasgow in Scotland, hence the accent. But I've been here in Toronto for many years. Oh, Oregon to San Diego, yeah. Um, Down the coastal highway in California, it's a beautiful drive. Uh, we did it from San Francisco to LA a few years back, and took a couple of days to do it because it was so spectacular. So um, anyway, it was that was a really good trip. We stopped in San Diego Old Town, which was the first established community in Southern California, and the Americans do a great job of preserving things, preserving their history and documenting it, and they're all very interactive. So that was very enjoyable there. And down into San Diego, we went to the San Diego Model Railroad Museum, and I posted a video about that. Now, oh, another derailment, same thing. I'm not sure if it's a little magnet tankers or what that just seem to topple over. Anyway, so the San Diego Model Railroads Museum. Yeah, stop that. Um, if you take a look on my web page, for my YouTube page, you will see a video there and photographs and whatever, and it was unbelievable. It's located in a park in San Diego that's full of museums. Museum of History, Aerospace Museum, photography. It's just an incredible location. You could spend days going around it, and you'll find something of interest without question. So the thing is, it costs you money to enter these museums. So you have to budget for that. But it was absolutely an incredible place. A couple of enormous layouts run by club members who bring their trays and run them there. And there were two different clubs active in the museum. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to remove one of these tankers because it seems to be challenging getting around there. Anyway, so while I was in San Clemente, I was perusing eBay because I've noticed that you can get some deals on eBay in the States, but the cost of postage up here to Toronto can be inhibitive at sometimes. And there's Muir and High Clyde. I'll give you an example. So I mailed this box with the contents in it, and it cost over $30. You wonder, what is it that's in here? It costs so much. Well, it's an airbrush can compressed air, and I had difficulty finding it here in Toronto. And when I would try to order it on eBay or Amazon, they wouldn't deliver to Toronto. I guess because they might have to. They might have to send it by land. They wouldn't send it by air, so that was a problem. Anyway, give me a second here. Same thing. So I've got an airbrush and I've got a compressor, but the compressor's pretty loud, and I've got to get the right connection. So I thought I'd buy this can and hook the hose up to it and try it. Anyway, as I say, it was very expensive for postage. However, I continued having a look. H&H Express Model N scale trains. Good afternoon, good evening. So I had a look around eBay, and I found this Class 37. Now the guy described it as a non-runner, and I thought, well, I can fix most things if they go wrong. Andrew Dobson, good afternoon. because the body is in terrific shape. But it goes as far as to say that it might be brand new or used very little. You know, everything's there. It's clean as a whistle. Nice locomotive. So he said it didn't work, but it's not working now. Okay. And he said he would accept offers. So I thought, okay, I'm going to lowball this guy and see what happens. And I did that, and I think I ended up paying $40 US, and then it was $13 US to mail it to where I was. So I'll go back into this view here. So here's the chassis and motor, and everything's there. It just wouldn't run. So I spent some money on cleaning products. I had to leave down there, but I thought I'd give it a go. And I couldn't get it to run. I took it all apart, cleaned it all up, and it wouldn't run. But then I noticed that the little cog wasn't really fully engaged with the axle. The neutral screw. Yeah, that little cog there. And I thought, oh, okay. I've got some cogs back up in Toronto. So I put it away and I brought it back and tried a number of things before that. And then I realised, oh, wait a minute, that is an 11-tooth cog, aluminium or alloy, whatever it is. And the cogs that I've got are 10-tooth. So I was at a loss at that point, and you know that I've been, talking about trying to get bits and pieces from a reliable provider in the UK. So I started searching again, and I came across Triang Hornby parts, and Tony there remembered me and said, yeah, we do have the 11-tooth brass cogs. So I ordered a few of those and a couple of brushes and springs just in case. And the other thing that kind of led me to the Triang Hornby Parts online store was Andy Russell in Glasgow. In a post he made in Facebook, he said, and he showed a little plastic bag with 10 of these 11-tooth cogs in it. And he said, £1.99. Yeah, but it was £1.99 for each one. Anyway, so hopefully within about 10 days, I'll get that package and I'll get this one running. I've also got a couple of A4s and the Mallard being one of them, that also has the same malaise, as they say. And I've got a couple of others in drawers. Anyway, so when we were down in San Diego, my daughter and her fiance and my wife we went looking for a bar, get a drink, and we found that they have speakeasies down there. So the thing is, you get a location. Not everybody knows about this, but you get a location of a speakeasy, and you enter in. It could be a restaurant or a bar, and you look around and say, "Oh, this is very nice, but not what I expected." Um, and then over the corner, there's a dark lit door, and somebody standing at that entrance. So we went over there and I said, "Excuse me, is this a speakeasy?" He says, "Yes, would you like to come in?" So the first instance we followed in and through this black corridor, and then this door opened and into this fabulous bar with all these big glass balls hanging from the ceiling, the type that the fishermen would use for the nets, and fabulous lighting. And there was a little volcano on each table, and every now and again, the guy behind the bar, he would press the button, and this lava would pour out of this volcano on the table. So it was really very unique. And then we found another one on the top of a tall building, and you come out the elevator and you're in this black room, and you have to kind of feel your way around and open the door. Now, this was at 5 o'clock and or 5:30 thereabouts, and you open up, there's a reception area, and then this wonderful rooftop place, which is so spectacular. The problem was we didn't have a reservation. 5 o'clock in the late afternoon, so we had to pass on that. But if you ever go to San Diego, um, look for the speakeasies on the internet and you'll find a list of them. And the other thing I found about shopping in California, there's a place called Ralph's, RALPH apostrophe S, big grocery store. And they got these club cards. So when you go to check out, they'll say, "Do you have a club card?" "No, sorry, I don't." "Oh, okay, well, we'll give you the 20% discount anyway." So you should keep an eye out for that, because of all these stores have got their own club card, and it's a good idea to get them. Anyway, we went to a place called Pomona, which is a racetrack and convention area, about 2 hours kind of southeast from LA. California, the LA area is like that. Anyway, so we went there because it was the Hot Rod Roadster convention, and a guy that I know is an industrial designer, concept artist, lecturer, whatever, based in LA. Whom I've admired for years and met him a couple of times. He was showing his 1934 Model T Ford that he had found as a wreck rusting away in somebody's yard or garden, whatever it was. And he bought it and he redesigned every nut and bolt and washer and plate and everything. And he's documented it on YouTube. It's the most fabulous looking thing. And to see it and appreciate it and what it was, and what it now is, is just incredible. I'm going to throw this one in here, I think, if I can. I'll save again, so just bear with me for a couple of minutes. I find the couplings get locked up for whatever reason. And it's like Humpty Dumpty, one goes over and the rest follow, so we'll get this sorted. Anyway, yeah, this was just a fabulous event. Saw some wonderful roadsters and hot rods and exotic, erotic cars. And let me change this one out. I think what we'll do is we'll get this one in. And we'll give it a rest, and then I'll get something else out. Okay, so change this one. Get that one. That one. Okay, I think we're back in business here. Another calamity. Anyway, so sorry about that. Anyway, California is just a terrific place to visit. There's so much to see and do. And we were there for 5 weeks. And then we headed over to Florida because our other daughter and her family are in Florida. And it was in Florida that I went to Hobby Lobby, which is just a fabulous, fabulous store. You get sort of everything and anything there. I went to Dollar Trees, and I went to a couple of hobby train shows, stores. I went to Hobby Town in Tampa, and then I found H&S Trains and Zip Trick Trains. So I made videos of each visit, and they're either up on YouTube or one or two still yet to be posted. So one thing I found was this Airfix tank, a Panther. Now it was $8, and I thought, well, that's a reasonable price. It's a vintage collection, and I thought either I can build it, place it on here somewhere as a captured item from WW2, or I've got an interest in building spaceships from bits and pieces. And if you haven't seen it, I made a couple of videos of a spaceship that I built from found things, bits of computers, buttons, you name it, I used it. So that was that, $8. I thought that was a good deal. And then I found these. They're not straws. What they actually are for balloons. So when you're having parties, lots of people lots of people will buy these with the stand on it, and they'll put them somewhere. But there's lots you can do with these. One thing that comes to mind immediately is pipe loads for your train. They're perfect size. So that was only a couple of dollars for that bag. There's 10 or 12 of them there. So, and then, so in Florida, I did all those tours. Tampa's a very nice town. Sits in the bay, of course, hence Tampa Bay. We stayed in a more historical side on the other side of the bay from downtown. And it was really very nice, relaxing. And then we rented a car in Tampa because we wanted to drive down to Fort Worth to visit some family down there. And the thing about Florida is cars are cheap, but they try and get you with insurance. So I did a little video of tips and tricks for renting a car in Florida. This is the sort of best practice I've used for years, and all the times I've been down in Florida. Let me just change this. I'm not trying to do the 2 and 3 cameras here because I'm just kind of asking for trouble at this point. until I become more familiar with it. So, yeah, so I did this video and I pointed out what I do when I rent a car in terms of what you should look for, what preparations uh, you should take, and what to accept and what to turn down. And, and it works for us because we found the previous year when we were in California, we rented a car for a month, but the car sat around just about every other day because we were down at the beach and you saw and heard about the storms in California, but where we were, south of California, wasn't really affected by those storms. It would rain overnight, sort of every other night, and there were 2 days of rain the whole time. Those storms that you saw on the TV would give a body swerve to that part of the state and go through LA and north of LA and up into the mountains. And there's round about San Bernardino and up that area. There's a whole range of mountains that run north from there. And there's a ski area there called Big Bear. Well, they were getting 7, 8, 9, 10 feet of snow. But we were spared all that, so the time we spent in San Clemente was spared. We were on the beach, as I say, every day it did rain. Maybe some days we wore a windbreaker, but most days t-shirt and shorts. While it wasn't 80 degrees, it was in the 60s, low 70s, and that was perfect weather as far as we were concerned. So, and as I said, we rode that surfliner and made a couple of videos about it. So if you're interested in that, please check it out by all means. And so when I got back, I had that box with the airbrush propellant in the package, and then I was on Facebook, YouTube, whatever it was, and there was Tom Houston. Yeah, it was on YouTube, and Tom Houston was doing a video, and if you haven't seen it, go and look for it. He did a video on the use of magnets. Now, for a long time, I considered buying one of those Dodge remagnetizers because I think some of the locos that I've got, especially the older Triangle Wonder type, their magnets are maybe losing their strength, and I thought, well, it'd be great to get one of those remagnetizers. Unfortunately, they're not readily available, and I've seen them for like 180, I remember if it was pounds or probably pounds. Plus shipping would be expensive because it's heavy. And then I thought, well, surely there must be a tutorial out there with some bright spark electronic type guy that have come up with the design that the layman could follow and build. And then I saw Tom Houston post this video on how to remagnetize your locomotive magnets without using a Dodge remagnetizer. And thought that's a great idea. And what it was, he took a couple of brand new magnets and he placed the magnets at either end of the triangle Hornby magnet, and then he tapped it with his finger to get the flow moving in his triangle Hornby magnet. And he demonstrated before how strong or how weak that magnet of his was. And then he remagnetized it, and wow, what a difference. So I started searching for it, and the other day I got something in the mail. And it came with these little two-sided stickers. And a bunch of magnets. So if you can manage you can split them apart and put them at either side of them. They're really strong. I nearly jammed my finger there. In fact, I did jam my finger in there. So, laurels and thanks to Tom for sharing that video because it's just excellent, outstanding, and I'll get a lot of use out of that. Now here's something else that I found in the dollar store. If your wife, girlfriend, whatever, uses makeup, then there's these little brushes. I'll take one out, and so yeah, there's a little eyeliner. Now they're great. So they're great for getting into all kinds of nooks and crannies, as you could well imagine. And well, that was like $1 for the whole lot, $1.25 or something of that magnitude. So anyway, when I got back here, let's stay in Florida for the moment. So let's see who else is here. Oh, Tom Houston, as if by magic. You must have been sitting in the background there, Tom. Well done, congratulations. As I said, everybody should check out Tom's YouTube. It's really fascinating. And the thing is, Tom, I would never have thought I'd be able to do that. In fact, I saw a remagnetizer advertised on eBay from China and I ordered it. But it was about this size and it was used for screws and screwdrivers and stuff like that. I sent it back disappointed. So I came back on the whole idea of trying to get one. So when I saw that, that was just unbelievable. And now here you go, you pop in. So yeah, so we're in Florida, and we drove down to Fort Myers, which is a couple hours south of Tampa. Now, the next time you go there, or if you've never been in, to go to Florida and rent a car, I already talked about the whole concept of renting and the tips and tricks that you'll find on my YouTube channel. Be very, very careful when you're driving there, because they are crazy drivers. On the highway, they're weaving in and out at speed. They change lanes without indicating. They cut you off. You just got your eyes all around you, and never be in a rush to go anywhere. Just stick in one lane to your final destination. So you may have seen on the TV about the hurricane that came through Fort Myers last year, and it did unbelievable damage, just unbelievable. The condominiums along the waterfront, not everywhere, but every few buildings that would be a condominium, they were destroyed. Like every place, like 8 stories was boarded up, and the buildings that were built on piles and posts, that whole ground floor was gone, and the rest of the building was destroyed also, inside, and everything blown out. Apparently, the surge was 10, 11 feet high, came all the way inshore, an enormous distance, and there are boats still up in people's property, far from the water. Billions of dollars worth of damage. And, that's the thing about these tragedies and catastrophes. You quickly forget about them because well, okay, that one just went out. Yeah, I need to fix this one. So while I'm doing this, so while you watch on TV, as it unfolds, and then a few days, a week goes past, you don't hear anything more about it. People tend to forget that thousands upon thousands of people had to be relocated. They just can't live there anymore. Their homes are destroyed. They're in such a state of disrepair. They can't live there, and they're all cordoned off, and there's curfew at night. So as a consequence, let's say you're an investor, you bought a home in Fort Myers, and you were renting it out, whether it's privately, whatever, you're not going to get any business during that time. But if you owned a home there, you had to move out. Then what? You've got to go somewhere a distance away to find accommodation. So, as a consequence, rents in Florida are at an all-time high. It used to be a few years back, you could pick up a condominium for a very reasonable price because the bond had fallen out of the market but not now, it's recovered and complicated uh, by the disaster. So it's not cheap renting. Now we rented there for uh, 4 weeks in Florida, then they had the use of a place in Florida for another week. Um, but yeah, it's you've got to be careful with that. So if you're planning to spend a couple of weeks in Florida in the summer, do your research. If you're going to try and get a rental place, Airbnb, whatever, be prepared to pay a fairly high dollar for what it is you want to get. And in the summer, it's like 90 degrees there, and the locals, they don't go out in the summer. And in fact, Joanne and I would be wandering around the town, out for a walk, going to a restaurant, whatever, walking through this beautiful heritage area and all these nice old homes and huge trees everywhere. And many of the homes have different balconies, verandas, as they would be called. And they've got fans on the ceiling, all kinds of comfortable seating arrangement out there. Um, and they have heaters for their winter. But there was nobody out because, when it's too hot down here, you don't go outside. Every place is air conditioned, so generally put the fuel inside. But yeah, um, that's the way it is in Florida. So it was kind of strange being away for that length of time. I took a few things with me, planning ahead for the duration. Some sketching material, I took lots of that, and took my iPhone, my laptop, and my iPad, and I'm still getting the echo there. I'm going to try something here. Not sure if it'll work. Hopefully that will work. So, yeah, as I said, I took a couple of books and a couple of railway modeler magazines. I thought I could always do a video of reading the stories, the articles, but I think I picked up the wrong magazines because I believe I'd already done those things. So you can't take trains with you because you can't run trains, right? You generally don't have the space, or you can't carry it. And now with the airlines becoming extremely restrictive on what you take on board. So, as an example, if you go over to Air Canada, uh, that little carry-on case better fit in the confines of that gauge that they've got set up. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay to have it put in the cargo hold. They're very, very strict about it now. and sometimes we pull belts up on the way back. They asked, all the airlines now ask if you would be willing to give your carry-on that was allowed through to go into the cargo hold, because they don't have enough space. Because I noticed over the last couple of years, the number of people bringing 2 small suitcases and putting up the bag is increased because they don't want to pay $30 or more to put it into the cargo hold. And as a result, they're making less and less space available and restricting one bag and one personal piece. Now, the friends that we travelled with on that cruise had bought these tiny little carry-on cases. Honestly, they had to be about that size because they could get them on no problem. And it just means that if you're going to a warmer climate, you have to plan your wardrobe. I probably bought too much, as did my wife. I should have gone with one sweater instead of 2. I should have gone with a windbreaker instead of a heavier windbreaker. I should have gone with 1 pair of jeans instead of 2. That kind of stuff, just to cut down on the weight. And I took the laptop and my iPad and a digital camera and my drone. I didn't use the digital camera because I forgot the charger, even though I made up a list before I left. There's all kinds of things that you really have to take into consideration when you're travelling. And I made a video of the train from Tampa to Miami from that Union Station. Well, a few days later, we jumped on the free trolley in downtown Tampa, and we took it to Ybor City, which is another area of Tampa, and it's all these old red brick buildings, which is now a big entertainment city centre, and the trolley goes right through the middle of it, and we've got all these bars and restaurants, and down in Tampa, they have these big party about pirates, because pirates played a big part in the history of Tampa, and some Scottish settlers who set up home there and were the first settlers in that area, and so they have this big parade and party, Mardi Gras, similar to the one that goes on in New Orleans. And it was great out there. So that's another place that you can go to and see something different. Anyway, so we ended up back here after 10 weeks, and there was still snow frozen on the ground. And it was pretty chilly for a day or two. We all came back last Monday, and it was pretty chilly. So lots of stuff to do. I had to renew my license, my license plate, my health card, doctor's appointments, etc., etc. And I'm still waiting on the mail being delivered as we had it on hold. So I'm expecting large packs and bags or boxes of mail coming in hundreds that I have to get through. So back to the railway. The first thing I did around here was to just go check and see who's dropped in, left. Clive Cobbold, thank you for the photographs, Clive. That was good of you to send them. I appreciate your update. And a really grateful to you. I'll be very grateful for that. Yeah, hopefully you heard some of the narration there of the holiday. And I'll be posting more of it on YouTube, on Facebook. So, yeah, if you don't know, Clive is moving forward with his new layout. It looks great. So the ships and the buses and everything. It's going to be spectacular. So keep in touch with them and see what develops. Yeah, so being retired, it gives you some opportunity. You know, we made arrangements to go down to the States because it's warmer down there in the winter, further south to go. I had to hire a guy to use his snow plough to clear my driveway while we were away. So that's an added cost. And then to build the mail, lots of things to consider. We got to the point where we realised in the trip that you really don't need to bring that much cash with you. You can charge everything. It's much easier, and the little app that I've got on the phone tells me if I pay a charge, just accept it, and then there's no issues. If there's something untoward, I go back into the system and say, I didn't do this. So that alleviates the cost of buying currency. And I did note on the car rental video that I made, don't try to use a debit card for renting a vehicle. They don't accept debit cards, they want a credit card because they want to be able to hold a deposit on that card. A friend of mine came over to Canada a few years back and he got caught like that. So I ended up ferrying him and his wife around, but that was okay, that's what you do. Anyway, when we got settled back in here, we'll get and have a look at the railway. Everything seemed fine. So I went about cleaning the tracks. That was the first thing I did. And I used, get it here. I used my trusty Cameron rail department the cleaner on the bottom, and then of course take the top off and you fill that cloth, you soak the cloth with isopropyl alcohol. Having said that, you must remember that the dust type is the 99%, not the 70%, because the other 30% is water, and you don't want to put water onto your equipment. So buy the 99% isopropyl. So there are other things that I picked up body shop at the train stores. I saw one Triang coach, wanted $15. It was a short length coach, an older model, and I wasn't tempted. I don't need another Triang coach, especially a short one. There were loads of Harry Potter stuff down there. I just, supposed to get the Lego for hundreds of dollars. H&S trains in Tampa, they had a Hornby set. I think it was $385 or something like that. But you don't see much, and you say the odd time somebody might drop something off, and you'll just put it on eBay right away and never deal with it. Tom, I found that it makes a difference. I ran it, I had it pulled all the way around each track, 3 or 4 times, and it does make a difference. But I also use the track cleaner. That one there. I use that around the points just for added safety. But what I've noticed today is some of the wagons that I've got falter on a couple of the points I have. Now, it's either the points or it's the gauge on the wagons. And in particular, the little tanks that I've got, they're nice, but I think they have to gauge the wheels. So here's an example. There's a Texaco tanker, and it has those square axles, which doesn't allow for any adjustment. They might be an issue. And then these mainline tankers, I've got a few of these. They're beautiful, lovely tankers. I'm not sure if there's any adjustment in these. I mean, they run freely, but I suspect they may have an issue with some of the points, and that might be added to the list of things that need to be done, and that would need to change out wheel sets. So that's a few things on my list. Plus, I may change this up and add in a third line. Not really sure if I'll proceed with that, but I'll have to think about it. Put a third line in. That if I put a third line in, that means I've got to make a couple of crossovers to get into the siding at the other end there. And the other thing that I'm thinking about is the cricket machine that I've got. I'm going to make a concerted effort to make some buildings from that cricket machine. I just didn't put enough effort into it to do so. I think I've got a better handle on it now. I should be able to do it because it's all about layering. So you do one layer of the facade and then you do another layer for the inside wall to create the opening for the window, and then you do a set of windows, put it all together. I just have to sketch it up in CAD and then transfer it over into the Cricut machine, or I can do it using their design software. We'll see how it goes. And when I get these cogs, I'll replace all the alloy or aluminium cogs that I've got on some of these A4s and others. Because there's a few logos I've got that are not running right now for that very reason. They get me actively and get me going. Just see if I can get this on. This is the Hand of God shuffle. Oh, there you go. Disaster. This comes from not having enough room. Let's see if we can get this. Well, let's see. No. Anyway, just trying to get things going again here after a little bit of a mishap. Another thing that I wanted to bring up was just back out here for a second. Yeah, no adjustments on mainline. So yeah, I can hear that echo coming from somewhere. The other thing I was going to discuss briefly was the topic of couplings. Because couplings are can be a bit of a pain. Now, they're a bit of a pain because I'm getting an echo